I'm telling you, the league better be ready for Jalen Reagor. What's up, Eagles Nation? What's going on, NFL world? How you doing, division rivals? This is Steven Hyder with Gate City Sports Channel where the cerebral NFL fan comes for about 10 minutes of daily content. Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, whenever it is you tune in this, guys. I really do appreciate each and every one of you guys that tune in. Once again, guys, Steven Hyder, Gate City Sports Channel. All right, y'all. So today's topic, number one, I'm going live at 3:30 for a particular reason, guys. Just like you, I want to watch that Lord Brunson and that Voch Lombardi live. I want to see that personally myself, so that's why I'm going live a little earlier than what you probably would anticipate or expect. But to today's topic, I'm going to say it one more time just in case people didn't hear it. I'm telling you, the league better be ready for Jalen Reagor. I don't endorse people lightly, guys. And some of y'all that have known me for a long, long time, you guys know I endorsed Jalen Reagor way back in like January. Man, I know certain things when I see it on film. I know guys that are competitors. I can see it. This kid has a chip on his shoulder. This kid comes from a very structured and disciplined home with his father, Monty Reagor, who's a former NFL player himself. I'm telling you guys, I coach this position. I know the ins and outs of this position. I've never been so confident in endorsing a receiver before. This kid fits everything about what I believe about the city of Philadelphia, what I believe about the culture. I'm telling you, this kid is going to endear himself to Philadelphia the way that Terrell Owens did. Just wait. You can come dog me if I'm wrong. I'm not wrong. I'm not wrong. I'm telling you right now, I'm not wrong about this one. Listen, when you got a kid out there almost squatting 500 pounds, jumping a 42-inch vert, okay, 800 push-ups a day, you think this kid's not motivated? You think this kid's not paying attention to everything ESPN's saying, everything that these NFL.com reporters are saying? Yo, and yes, Charles, I know I keep saying this kid, but he is a kid to me, really. This kid is ready. I'm telling y'all, this kid's going to explode. And I can't wait to see. There are members in our fan base that don't believe in this kid. I can't wait to see their faces when they see how good this kid is. I'm telling y'all. he's about to go off, man. He's about to go off. All right. As always, guys, I'm going to come in here. I'm going to give you guys some hardline stats, hardline statistics. I'm going to work through the numbers. What is up, everybody? I see everybody chiming in. Jamal Marshall, what's good, buddy? JLU, what's good? Stephen B, what's good? Kevin Cronin, what's good? Murph Kenzo, what's good? Charles, what's good, my guy? I saw a few y'all up here. So hang on, let me get through everything. Murder Music, what's good, man? Philly Girl, what's good? Dewan Shepard, what's good, bro? Dance Lover 147, what's good? Stephen Joyce, what is good? What's going on, everybody? All right, some of the hard numbers. Jalen Williams, what's good? Let me walk you through some of the hard numbers. All right. He signed a 4 years, $13.2 million with $7.2 million guaranteed contract. There is a 5th-year option that would have to be optioned in 2023. Generally speaking, guys, it's right before the league calendar year. You'd have to option for that 2024 option, basically. So it's normally the way it kind of works. All right, guys. I'm going to walk you through each and every bit of the numbers if you want to. Let me see if I can't pull it up for you guys. I'll go ahead and I'll pull it up on a share screen for you so you guys can kind of follow along with me. And you can see the physical numbers that I'm pulling from. So that way we got an idea of the actual numbers that we're talking about. And I'll tell you why this stuff is significant, right? Because why just talk about numbers if there's no relevancy to the numbers and why it matters for everybody, right? So Jalen Reagor, guys, this is coming from overthecap.com. All right. 2021, guys, he signed a salary, $610,000. All right. His cap number is $610,000. All right. Wow, they did not give us much information to go off of. I apologize. All right, so I'll just read from what I got here. Okay. He is a bonus of $1.8 million. $1,802,850. Okay. His salary cap figure for 2020 is $2.4 million. $2,412,850,000 or $850. 2021, guys. 1.213213. is his base salary. So $1,213,213. Bonus. His bonus is all the way down the same, guys. They split it out evenly. 1.8 million again, okay? His cap number for 2021 is 3 million. All right, 3,016,063 bucks. 2022, his base salary is 1,816,426. Bonus is 1.802 again, so 1,802,850 again. His cap, 3,619,276 is what he cost us. 2023. All right, so his base salary is $2,419,639. That once again, guys, that bonus is the 1,802,000 again, and his cap figure is $4,222,489,000. Guys, this is why I think this is relevant. I'm gonna pull the share screen down, guys. Guys, I think this is relevant for a few reasons. Okay. Number one, we got to get younger come 2021. All right. We have to get younger at the receiver position. I do think that the likelihood of us keeping guys like, Deshaun Jackson, keeping guys like Alshon Jeffrey, keeping guys like, Marquise Goodwin, I think it's a very minimum possibility come 2021 because of the cap situation. So guys like Jalen Reagor are a huge deal. And another guy that's a huge deal, and I'll share screen again, Wes Watkins signed earlier, so I can go over those numbers real quick for you guys. But Wes Watkins' numbers. Also, we got him on a cheap. This is a 6th-round pick. Of course, he's going to be really, really cheap to manage that cap number. So, Quez. All right, guys. Wes Watkins in 2020, $610,000 is his base salary. He has, let me just go to the contract numbers. 4 years, $3.4 million, $169,000 guaranteed. 2020, base salary $610,000. He has a bonus of $42,415 that's split up over the 4 years. That gives you that $169,000 figure, guys. His cap number, $652,415. 2021, $780,000 base salary. $42,000 again, and guarantees. The guarantee is not very big, guys. $882,415 against the cap. 2022, $895,000 base salary. $42,000 once again guaranteed. $937,415, just under $1 million. 2023, $1 million, $10,000 base salary. $42,000 in guarantees, and then $1,052,415 against the cap. A very, very cap-friendly deal because, once again, it's a 6th-round pick, and this stuff is pretty much, generic at this point. It's all standardized, right? We don't have to worry about too much about these figures, other than the fact that, sorry, guys, my new comments won't come off, so I'm going to have to pull my phone up in a second. Other than the fact that we got to get cheaper, right? I just talked about it. Goodwin, Alshon, Deshaun, likely not back in 2021. So we need these Wes Watkins, right? We need these guys like Jalen Reagor in these contracts to be worth it because we paid Wentz. So now the talent around him has to get cheaper. And also it's got to get better at the same time. There's really only a few ways of doing that, guys. That's through the draft. I'll show you JJ's, guys, just for comparison. Not that any of us are that confident in JJ. That's not what I'm insinuating, guys, but it's important to know the contracts, okay? JJ being a 2nd-round pick, there are some slight differences with JJ's contract. So I'll pull it up for you. JJ signed a 4-year, $4.9 million, 1.6 signing bonus, $2.3 million guaranteed contract. All right. 2019, JJ earned $495,000 against the cap. He had a prorated bonus of $405,000. He had a guaranteed salary of $495,000, so they guaranteed his entire base salary. And he counted $900,000 against the cap, guys. This season, JJ is scheduled to make $720,000 in base salary. He's $405,000 in prorated bonus, $720K that is guaranteed, so they guaranteed his contract in 2020. And then he is scheduled to make or count against the cap $1,125,278,000. So $1,125,278 against the cap. 2021 is where things get a little interesting with JJ, guys. $945,000 against the and base salary, $405,000 on a prorated bonus, no money guaranteed, $1.35 million against the cap. So $1,350,334 against the cap. 2022, $1,170,000. So $1,170,000, $405,000 in a prorated bonus, $0 guaranteed. He's going to count 1.5 against the cap. That's how these three receivers who are signed, and we know that the other remaining one is Wes Watkins, guys. Or not Wes Watkins, I'm sorry. John Hightower will be that remaining one. Those are the four young guys, this young core. That's what it is. That's what the numbers look like, guys. That's what's coming up. You got JJ, you got Quez, you got Jalen Reagor, and you got John Hightower. You probably could include Greg Ward in that too. Greg Ward being a guy coming off the practice squad, not going to cost you that much money. Those are the young core. That's what's coming up. All right. Now I want to get back to the leader of this young core. I want to talk about, and guys, I'll pull it up on my phone so that I can follow along with you guys inside the chat, because that is kind of hard because it froze on me. So I don't want to go back out and come back in and all that crap. So I just pulled it up on my phone so that way I can see everything. All right. So the leader of this, my opinion, is going to be Jalen Reagor. Jalen Reagor is a dynamic playmaker. And some of the things that I've heard is this, right? Jalen Reagor dropped too many passes. Okay, cool. Let's talk about the fact that he had the highest uncatchable ball league. Talk about how that statistic can impact a player. I want to take you guys back to 2017. In October 26th of 2017, okay, there was an article written by 24/7 Philadelphia. All right, you want to go look this up? October 26th, 2017, 24/7 Philadelphia wrote an article about Alshon Jeffrey, right? Alshon at that point in time had the highest uncatchable rate, 28.8%. All right. At the time, he had a 48% catch rate. That's bad, guys. I mean, we all know that's a really bad catch rate for anybody. But here's why something like that matters. He had 54 targets through, the end of October. Basically, we're coming up on the end of October when they wrote this article, okay? So he was being targeted quite a bit. When they worked out the averages here, they averaged out to 15 uncatchable balls. So if you remove those 15 uncatchable balls, the story reshaped itself quickly. He had caught 26 on 39 attempts when you move the uncatchable passes for 66.7% catch rate. Nobody would argue that's a bad catch rate for a guy playing on the outside. That's a really good catch rate. You look at a guy like Jalen Reagor, I'm not concerned about that kind of stuff. I'm not. This kid is phenomenal. This kid will go up and go snag a football. He had a really bad play. He had really bad throws being thrown to him. You took those things away, and the kid was a hell of a lot better player. As a matter of fact, PFF did a tweet recently where they were talking about career contested catches, all right? And this goes back into my viewpoint. This is a really good route runner, Jalen Reagor, okay? This kid is really strong, and he plays with a chip on his shoulder. When you look at the career contested catches among first-round wide receivers that were drafted this past year, if you guys haven't seen this, Jalen Reagor ranked first in contested catches with 27. CeeDee Lamb was second with 21. Justin Jefferson was third with 19. Judy was fourth with 13. Henry Ruggs was fifth with 12. And Brandon Ayuk was sixth with 3. This kid goes up after contested catches. Expanding upon this point, guys, about Jalen Reagor and what I think about this kid. If you go and you read there's a Bleeding Green article that was just put out. And it talks about what route could we expect to see Jalen Reagor run a lot of? Well, in college, this kid ran a tremendous amount of post routes, 53 to be exact. He ran 53 post routes. All right. Over the last 2 seasons, that was the 4th most among all wide receivers in NCAA football. This kid gets vertical. He's strong at the point of the football, and he's just strong in general, along with being fast. I'm telling you. This kid's an exceptional route runner, and this kid sells double moves like no one else in this draft class. This is a kid I believe in, guys. I believe in him wholeheartedly. All right, y'all. I'm going to go through. I'll try to read some of the comments, guys. I apologize. It's going to be hard to kind of keep up with all these. All right. Yep, JLU. Jalen Reagor is officially signed. Nah, it's a lie, Jalen. I appreciate you being here, though. Eagles has landed. Skip Bayless was talking smack about Reagor, and his mom clapped back at Skip. Hey, you know what? I just want Skip to watch him hauling in the game-winning touchdown against Dallas. That's all I'm going to ask him. Just be true. When he does it and he beats you, just be true to who you are. Just be true about it and come on and admit how wrong you were, Skip. Because I can't wait. I'm telling you, this kid has a chip on his shoulder. I cannot wait for Skip Bayless to get his on this. Because, yeah, he's a main one Eagles has landed. Jimmy J said, people don't do enough research on him. He's legit. 100%. Mullins 80, what's good, bro? Stephen B said, dude is quick. He's shifty too. Will be a nightmare if he develops the way I think he will. Sorry, I'm looking down, guys. I don't have a choice because the chat froze on me. So I got to do it through my phone. Takeem Hilton, what's good, bro? All right. What's up, Anthony Perry? Skip is trash. So Stephen B.C. Said, Skip is trash. He's delusional. We all know that it's funny. Jalen's mom was on him because Zeke's mom did the same thing when he said Zeke running in Cabo Sand, laugh out loud. Man, he's going to hate on the Eagles just because he's a Cowboys fan. Like, I don't even take him seriously, to be honest with you, Steven. Rhaegar Targaryen will burn them all. I like that name, Anthony Perry. Sorry, guys, I'm trying to get to your comments. Burr said Reagan Targaryen, the Dragon King baby. I like that nickname, guys. Mullins 80 said, I think Reagor is going to be better than expected. Rager's going to go off, guys. I'm telling you. I don't stake reputations and I don't endorse people lightly. I'm telling you. I've coached this position for at least 5 years. I've run football camps. Telling y'all, this kid can play. He's gonna dominate people. People are gonna get shocked by this kid. Birds fan 17-7. Love Reagor. Great fit for your offense. Underrated route runner. Explosive. Love the chip on shoulder. Bird fan 17-17. My takeaway points as well. The chip that this kid has on his shoulder alone is going to carry him because he's a beast. And I'm telling you, this kid knows what's going on. B. More Philly, yeah, Goodwin's not ridiculously old, but Goodwin's been injured quite a bit in his career, and Goodwin's contract is going to cost you more. And I just think we're in a cap situation where I don't think it's 100% certainty that a guy like Goodwin or Djax can't come back, but I do think it's difficult for that to happen. JLU said, people saying Djax is going. I think JJ Arcega-Whiteside is on the hot seat with that Quez signing. I don't think either on the hot seat, to be honest with you. All these signings normally are already done by this time of year. I think it was just circumstantial with the time frame that it happened. I don't think that no one's looking at Wes Watkins in year one and saying that it's going to replace Deshaun Jackson's production. Eagles has landed. Gate City Sports, the Eagles have signed their entire rookie class. Hey, then let's go. Let's go. Alan Riley, Gate City, where's my wrench? Got you, bro. You got it now. B-More, JJ not going anywhere. No, I don't think he's going anywhere anytime soon. I think he's got this season to at least show that he's competent. It's a repeat of last season. Yeah, he's in a lot of trouble come 2021. But the fact is, you got to have bodies, and he's cheap. I mean, as much as that sucks, it's the truth. Mullins 80 said, J.J. Arcega-Whiteside going to have to take a huge leap this year. Yes. Guys, do not sleep on Aaron Moorhead. I think Aaron Moorhead is a significant signing for the Philadelphia Eagles to come in here and coach the wide receivers. Aaron Moorhead knows what he's doing. Aaron Moorhead is a good coach. I'm telling you, these young kids with a guy like Aaron Moorhead in that locker room and out there on that field coaching them, it's going to pay dividends. This guy will take command of the room. He understands the position. He has the respect. He has the respect. There we go. He has the respect of players across the league. I think it's going to be a big deal, guys. Aaron Moorhead is not a small signing for the Eagles. I'm just glad they got it right because I thought there was 100 ways it could have gone wrong with the receiver coaching position again. Sakeem Hilton said, it's official. All 10 Eagles draft picks are signed and ready for camp. Hey, let's go. I can't wait. If I had known that, guys, I would have broken down John Hightower's numbers as well. But if I can search it up, I'll look for John Hightower's contract before I jump off, guys. And we can throw that into the mix of the contracts we already analyzed. Jamal said this football season needs to hurry up and get on the way. Yeah, I hear you, man. Stephen B said, knowing Eagles the second money frees up, they will spend it in the trenches. Yeah, that's about what they do, guys. RB, what's good, man? All rookies are signed. Hey, big deal. That's good. Now let's get a camp going because I'm ready. JLU said, hopefully J.J. Arcega-Whiteside does better. There's no choice. He's got to be better than that, than what he put out there last year. And I think with adequate coaching, listen, I'll be honest with you guys. I study film. I study a lot of it. I pay attention to the advanced analytics on things, right? I've coached the position. I run camps on this position. This is what I'll tell you. If I took J.J. Arcega-Whiteside's film from last year, I would have had concerns. But I would have never predicted the drop-off that he had, especially given how good he looked in the preseason. So where he did look competent. He looked like there would be a force. There was a reason why PFF thought we had the best receiving core last year to start the season. Now, mind you, we didn't finish with that receiving core, and there's a reason a lot of things went wrong. But I wouldn't have seen that coming either, and I do think this kid can be corrected. I think the things I saw on film are correctable, but I also think this kid's got to stop making excuses and just take the onus on himself to say, hey, man, look, it's okay to say you were a little beat up, but you also got to say, I didn't play well, and I'm going to fix it. I'm going to fix it this year. I'm going to go out on the field, and I'm going to show people why I was a second-round pick. That's what I want to see this kid say, and I want to see this kid play with a chip on the shoulder because, man, we've got a situation at the X at that split in the receiver position, playing that boundary side. We need a dude to step up and be that guy, and if JJ ain't it, John Hightower's the next guy in waiting, although I do think that Reagor can play that position, in my opinion. I just don't think the Eagles want to cross-train him like they did JJ. I don't think they want that same kind of circumstance coming up. They want him to master one position, then they'll move him over to the next alignment along the receiver. So when he masters being a flanker, then he'll master the slot. When he masters being a slot in the flanker, then he'll master the boundary side as a split end. I think that's what they want to work with him with. Yeah, Reagor had really bad ones, guys. DeJuan Shepard said, can undrafted rookie free agents sign before the drafted rookies? I think so. I mean, I haven't heard any rule, DeJuan, that would make that any different. Maybe there's something out there, but I don't think there is. I think it's just it's easier, honestly, to sign your undrafted rookie free agents because the money's not the same. You already pretty much negotiated it before they agreed to come to your city. So draft picks is a little different because they're controlled a little more. I like him as a red zone target. Steven said, yeah, me too. Big lag over here. Alshon's got a big cap hit. Yeah, he does. Mullins 80 said Carson's going to put that ball on the numbers. Yeah, he needs people to help him get a vertical stretch. Guys, what I think is going to happen from all this is the surprising element. We're going to get a few over the top on people. We are. But that's not where I think we're going to work teams. I think work in the middle, we're going to work a lot of teams on the middle, in that middle, with guys like, Zach Ertz, Dallas Goedert, Greg Ward, Miles Sanders, Miles Sanders, Boston Scott. I think all those type of guys are going to really work the middle of the field. I think you're going to see a lot of what happened like in 2017 to where you're going to be so scared about us getting vertical on them that they're going to forget we can really work the middle of the field with the best of teams. I'd also expect to see the screen game return to its prominence in Philadelphia because I got to tell you, last year I did not think we were good at the screen game at all. Probably because it was so predictable and obviously it was coming. So I do think that we're going to return to a better standard of that. And that's, screen games it's huge chunk yardage, guys. And we got guys that if, they break a tackle or two, they could take it to the house, to be quite honest. We got a few guys like that this year. Richard Peer, what's good, buddy? Reagor will be exciting to watch. I can't wait to see him, man. DeJuan, okay, yeah, he was responding to Charles. Preach it, Gate City. Appreciate you, bro. Hey, Richard, yeah, man, always be rocking my beat off, man. My favorite Eagles player. I grew up during the Reggie White era, Seth Joyner, Clyde Simmons, all those guys too, but I was young. Cunningham, I was really young back then, guys. But I did grow up during that era. Charles said Reagor won't get a game-winning touchdown because we won't be in a close contest with those cow clowns. Hot take. I'll take that. Jalen said, can Reagor or Quez play the slot? So Jalen, I want to address that because me personally, I think Jalen Reagor could be really effective in the slot. The problem is that when Quez and I asked Brunson said that he's trying to work out something right now to get in contact with Wes Watkins to interview him. And I asked him to actually ask a question for me to Wes Watkins. And the question I would like to know is when you looked at Quez's 20-yard shuttle and some more of the agility drills, Quez didn't like the 3-cone. He didn't test that well. He tested really great in the 40. So I wanted to know, like, did he come in heavier? Was he, what happened? Like, what caught, like, his on film, the film didn't line up with that testing. I thought he was way more explosive on film than that. But those numbers would seem to indicate a guy that needs to be solely on the outside, not inside. But the film seems to show me that he could do it. It's really hard to say, Jalen, but I definitely think Reagor can do it. And Reagor didn't test well like that either, but we know that Reagor came in heavy. Reagor came in trying to be the Incredible Hawk. Mr. Fly, Eagles Fly, mask on. What's good, bro? How you doing, man? He's Tyreek Hill 2.0. I'll take it. Jamal say he can't wait to see what Kevon Wallace can do. I think our safety rotation is going to be really good, guys. I really do. Anthony Perry, love that point, man. Anthony said, Gate City Sports, remember, 13 years ago, they told us Deshaun Jackson's too small to play in the NFL. Yeah, if you can catch him. And by the way, Reagor ain't small. Rager's going to truck some people. Reagor is a running back with the ball in his hands, guys. I'm telling you right now. That kid is violent. Dallas is the king of 8-8 seasons. Zach Lambert, what's good, buddy? If Reagor develops like he should, he can be as good as AB. The tape shows it. Reagor has a lot of Steve Smith ability. He's a little guy that can get up there and fight. Little guy in height, stature. Although I think he's still taller than Steve Smith, to be quite honest. People act like Rager's 5'7" when he's really almost 6 foot, just under 6 foot. Richard Pierce said, D Jackson and Reagor combo, can't wait. The speed we're going to have on this team, guys, it's going to be ridiculous. I love that Brunson shirt, the 3 cheetah thing. Oh, dude, cheetah season. Come on, bro. I'm telling you right now, I would watch out to watch what the Eagles do across the middle of the field. I'm telling you, we're going to work the middle because people are going to be scared to get beat on the outside by us. Stephen B., I thought about that too, man. Yeah, the DK Metcalf and JJ, no matter if I think JJ can develop or not, it was the wrong pick at that time. No doubt about it. But look, at least the Eagles learned from it. You heard Howie Roseman say, we paid way too much attention to productivity in college and didn't necessarily follow the film and to pay attention to other things. Exactly. Jimmy J said, how we got the rest of the draft class signed today. Good thing, bro. I'm excited, guys. I'm excited. What are the signatures / staples routes of Doug's offense that something that Reagor can add that we didn't have besides speed? So, Jalen, I would watch Reagor on quick outs. I would watch Reagor on wide receiver screens. Reagor is he's going to be much better at wide receiver screens than Alshon. That was just a bad concept and design by Doug a few times with the whole Alshon Jeffrey. That's not Alshon's game. I mean, if you needed a yard or two, I could see giving that to Alshon because of the physicality that he plays with, but not when you're on 1st and 10, 2nd and 10, or God help us 3rd and 6 or 7. Like, that's not the play. Reagor is going to be really good on that. The post outs, I'm telling you, double moves where you do something like a corner post or you do a post corner, those double moves, I'm telling you, Reagor's going to burn people. Jalen, if you get a chance, go back and watch the film to where you can see there was a route that they ran with. They had Zach Ertz and they had Torrey Smith, and then they released the running backs in the flat. And what they did is they put pressure, and this was actually on Williams, Trevor Williams. This is when I was breaking down Trevor Williams' film. They put pressure on that outside boundary corner to figure out if he was going to play that intermediate route with Zach Ertz or if he was going to play that seam route. A guy like Reagor can burn you on those type of plays, guys. He's built for that because where Torrey Smith dropped that ball, Reagor might take that to the house. I'm going to be honest with you. Reagor's with that speed and the strength he has, his ability to elevate, and Torrey Smith was a good receiver. He wasn't the most productive guy. We had him later in his, a little later on, but different animals, man. Reagor is a whole different animal there. That would be one I would love to see. Hawk 215, what's good, buddy? Hawk 215, the great thing is Reagor doesn't need to be a savior. But Reagor plays with that chip, and I'm telling you, people are underestimating just how good this kid is. I believe we didn't see the real JJ last season, even though he started coming on at the end. Be more. So, Charles, man, your name keeps messing me up, Charles. Charles, this is what I'll say. I thought we saw the real JJ. I just thought we saw the real JJ with really poor coaching. Listen, I know that he was banged up. I buy that he was hurt a little bit. I buy that. I get it. But that doesn't excuse the pitiful route running. Now it's partially coaching. But he's got to take some of the onus on that too. Because some of that was on him too. He's got to get this fixed, man. Because that route running, man, he had some serious issues last year with it. Now, I will say this. Poor approach to the offseason with this kid, trying to make this kid do everything at once. Really bad coaching on Carson Walsh's part, where this kid clearly didn't understand the nuances of route running. Things are correctable. The kid can be corrected. I'm not going to say this kid won't turn out to be something pretty good for Philly yet. I still think there's a chance there, but he's got to show it this year, Charles. If he ain't got it this year, whew, I don't know. Philly Talk Podcast, what's good, bro? I appreciate the donation. That's my guy. What's good, buddy? Yeah. Stephen B. With Djax on one side, with Reagor on one side, and God, can you imagine Goodwin on the other? JJ even. Any of these guys, if one-on-one matchups, go win it this year. Goddard, Ertz in the slot. Goddard, Ertz coming off in line, tight to the formation. Work in the middle. How many times are you going to use a safety or a corner now to catch Miles Sanders out of the backfield? One-on-one matchups with linebackers for Miles Sanders. Boston Scott, too. I wouldn't sleep on that stuff, guys. It's not so much what he's going to do individually as what he helps the offense do overall. And that's, I can't wait, guys. I would not be shocked if this offense doesn't average about 26, 27 points a game by the end of the season. That's where my prediction. So I'll give you, if you all know me, I never do hot takes. I don't do any of that kind of stuff. I don't like doing them. I call them lukewarm takes. I'll give you an actual hot take. The Eagles will average more than 26 points a game this season. We will average more than 26. No fans in New York, guys. That's funny. So Stephen B said, yeah, I was surprised he was so terrible. But looking into JJ's college film more, he was a red zone target, really. I just didn't pay enough attention to it. I was hurt from not drafting Metcalf. Yeah, I mean, JJ has a little more to his game than that, but JJ had some, if people really watched his film, he had some concerns with his route running that did show up on film, but I didn't think it was to that extent. I mean, he shot me with how bad it was. And some of this is Carson Walsh. Carson Walsh has got to be put on blame for this, man, because Carson could have done better than what he did. He didn't live up to it. Let's just be real about it. I mean, what can you say sometimes about Carson, man? Carson Walsh, that is, I should say. Showing up 215. What's good, buddy? Murph the Kenzo, you funny, bro. I'm not reading that. All right, guys. So, in anticipation for the live stream that's coming on, we're with Brunson and Vouch Lombardi. If you guys want to ask me some questions, go ahead. If you want to ask me some questions about Carson Wentz, about the Dak Prescott thing, I'll take them right now while we're doing this live stream. So that way you can have things in anticipation. Ask away, guys. If you want to know certain things, I'll tell you. Other than that, guys, Takeem Hilton was good, man. Zach Lambert was good. So Zach said, I heard that JJ supposedly had turf toe. That's the same injury Devontae Adams had, and he was out for a while. Route running would be really difficult and painful with an injury like that. Yeah, Zach, that doesn't excuse it, though, man. I played the position. I've coached it. No, that doesn't explain week 3, week 4 why you can't run a simple slant route correctly. Like that's an issue with our coaching. That was Carson Walsh. Because that kid should have been better coached than what he was doing. You can't trail away. Shouldn't be out there bouncing away from your quarterback when you're sitting down in the zone. Like he had quite a few things that were just not right. Not being able to run a basic switch route. I understand being limited to where maybe you don't sink your hips correctly, things like that. Maybe you're not elevating. That kind of stuff I can get from something like with a turf toe. I can get not being as explosive, but not knowing the basic fundamentals of how to run the route correctly, that's something different. Yeah, that would be a different issue to me. Guys, I'm sorry. I'm having all kinds of trouble even with my phone right now. It's messing with me. So I can't see comments right now, guys, because my phone's acting all kinds of ways up on me right this second. Give me 1 second. I'm going to try to go back into it again and see if that works. But I'll do some basic stats because I can't see your comments right now because I'm locked out of my phone and I'm locked out of this freaking StreamYard. It's messing with me big time today, and I don't have my backup here. I ain't got Mike or nobody here to back me up on the comments. So here we go, guys. I'll give you one stat that I keep hearing people say that it's annoying the crap out of me. All right? And as it relates to Carson Wentz and Dak Prescott. All right? Dak's 5-3 against the Eagles, right? Carson has a losing record against the Cowboys, 3-4, right? So that tells you Dak Prescott is a better quarterback, right? Nonsense. BS. What they're doing is they're using a team statistic without paying attention to the individual performances in those games. And it's nonsense. It's straight nonsense. All right? So let's talk about it. Dak Prescott, head-to-head versus Philly, 5-3, right? If you want to look at having a 90 or better passer rating, Dak Prescott only had that in 3 of 8 games. All right? At the same time, in 3 out of 8 games against Philly, he had a passer rating below 70. Dude, he's wildly inconsistent. That's trash. That's trash, man. And then he had 1 game with an 80 rating. So in 4 out of 8 games, 50% of the games, he played well or decent. And the other half of the games, he played like trash, including one that knocked him out of playoff contention last year. Oh, yeah, my shoulder was hurt. Okay. They weren't saying that come that week. Here's his baseline numbers that they'll never tell you. This is what they'll never tell you, guys. They'll never tell you this. All right? 172 completions on 269 attempts. 63.94 completion rate. 1,877 yards, 8 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. That's playing well? That's playing well. That's the guy that you think led you to 5 wins, not Zeke. Not Zeke, that's the guy. Because let's look at Carson in those games. All right? Carson, 3-4 against Dallas. He's played 7 games against them. All right? In 6 out of those 7 games, he had a quarterback rating of 90 or above. 6 out of 7 where Dak had 3 out of 8. Come on. All right? In 7 out of 7 games, he had an 80-plus passer rating. Simply put, Carson is better in head-to-head competition than Dak. It's undeniable when you look at it. 174 completions on 255 attempts for Carson. 68% completion rate. 1,700 yards. 12 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. It's an erroneous and baloney argument that Cowboy fans like to make. And it's laughable by people like myself who understand the actual numbers. And I know how full of crap they are on it. It's just not being genuine. It's not being real. And guys, I'm sorry, I'm completely blind to comments right now. So I apologize. I just can't see them because my phone and the StreamYard on my laptop froze up on the comments. So I can't really see either. It's erroneous. And I'll give you another one I always hear Cowboy fans making. All right. They want to talk about accuracy down the field, right? There's two ways you can look at accuracy down the field, and they conflict on the numbers. The first way you can look at it is you can look at PFF's Premium Stats 2.0, and you can look at deep ball passing, all right? I'm not a big fan of PFF. I'm just going to be real with you. You can also look at the deep ball project. The deep ball project has a deep ball accuracy rating, okay? And this is all run by Football Outsiders. When you look at the deep ball accuracy or the deep ball accuracy project, right? The deep ball project, what you see is they define deep balls as 21 yards or deeper, okay? Dak threw 53 of those. Carson threw 52. Dak completed 29. Carson completed 27. Dak was sixth in the league in this with a 54.7 completion rate on that. Carson was ninth in the league with a 51.9% completion rate. Here's what they don't want you to know, and this is what they don't tell you guys. Take those numbers of Carson's, right? Oh, Dak was better. Dak was better, right? Carson Wentz was tied for the league lead with accurate incompletions at 12. He had 12 accurate incompletions, leading the league. The stat is skewed. It's nonsense. Horse crap. It's crap that they never really want to tell the truth about. I mean, I hate to say it, but it's just the truth. They don't accurately represent the numbers, right? Go into what was reported about not playoff teams, but top 10 defenses. Dak 0-5 with a 55 passer rating. Are you kidding me? Carson Wentz 3-2 with a 72 QB, a passer rating. Come on, man. This crap, it's not even close. It's not even close, man. Look at play, like they like to filter and say, like, look at the first thing that they erroneously report is QBR. I don't think we have the QBR ratings yet for 2019. Okay. Dak had a better QBR in 2016. I wonder why, because Carson was a rookie himself, just like Dak was, and had a rookie head coach and nonsense targets, receivers outside of Zach Ertz. All right. Go to 2017 and 2018. Who had the better QBR? Carson did. It's an erroneous thing they try to lead people to. As a matter of fact, if you want to get into the whole statistics stuff, guys, if you want to take away that rookie season where he had a 79 QBR, it's not even close, man. Carson is dominated. Like, the whole argument is so disingenuous that they try to present, guys. Like I said, guys, I'm sorry. I cannot see comments, guys. It's got me locked up both on my laptop on StreamYard with the comments and on my phone. Neither's working. I don't know what's going on, guys. I apologize. It happens sometimes. But I'm going to try again on my phone and just see if I can't get it to work. All right. So, okay, yeah, it just put me back on an ad, guys. Sorry. Give me 1 minute. I'll skip the ad and see what I can do. All right, I got him back up again. Philly Notion, what's good, my guy? Yeah, QBR and passer rating are highly. They're really big. There's a high variance there. So passer rating doesn't account for like a 6-yard pass on like a 3rd and 6 versus a 6-yard pass on a 1st and 6. You know what I'm saying? QBR actually distinguishes a little more on that than what passer rating does. That's why there's a high variance and a high difference. That's why your QBR can be so different from your passer rating. It doesn't take into situational things as much as QBR does. Although Jalen's got pretty good footing on this stuff, guys. Jalen and Takeem Hilton, I can back them both up and say that they're knowledgeable guys. They know their stuff pretty good. All right, guys, I'm trying to catch up now that I got the chats back. Hawk 215, Gate City, do you hate the Giants and Redskins too? I hate the Giants. I do. The Redskins, not really. I don't particularly like them because they're a division rival, but I don't feel the same way about the Redskins. Although I will say this. I love some of the Redskin fan base because they've been subscribed to me and they're pretty good. And, I love talking to them. But I got way more like quasi weird Redskin stuff that happens where they talk a lot of smack and then they disappear within like week 2. So, yeah. Without Foles, how does y'all's ball? All right, JJ Trill, appreciate the donation, dude. Without Foles, how does y'all's bowl season end? The year after Wentz is 5-6 before injury, and last year he's hurt yet again, and y'all need him most. I still think it ends in a Super Bowl. I mean, it's a matter of opinion, but simple fact is Carson was dominating the league. Foles really didn't get it under him until the NFC Championship game. And to be quite real about it, Foles is inconsistent too. When Foles catches fire, he's good. It's not Carson. Randy Vaughn, what's good, buddy? Yeah, Randy, the reason we're talking about Dak, though, is because there's a big debate coming up between this evening between Valcho Lombardi and Lord Brunson. So I want to make sure everybody in here has got it down pat, guys. We all know, because I can tell you right now, they don't want me to jump on anything because I'll bury this conversation. They don't want it. Jalen. Okay, yeah, he's just explaining his perspective on things. Steve, check DMS. All right, I'll check it, man. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to read through these comments. I missed so many of them because the screen froze up. Philly Notion, appreciate the donation, man. My guy, I just saw it. I'm sorry. Salute to Big City Sports. Wentz runs the NFC East. Thank you, guys. I appreciate it. Sorry, Notion, I missed your. Like I said, man, it froze up on me, man. Showing up 215. That's funny, bro. Showing up 215. I said Dallas fans are starting to give out Dalton stats now. Now they might want to because by week 6 he might be their quarterback. All right, guys. Let me see what else we got here. Eagles has landed. Who do you think will win the right guard position, JP or Matt Pryor? Good question. Eagles has landed. Let's get on to that one. That's a pretty good question. Here's my thing. I would have gone a different direction than the organization has gone, even though I told you guys, I said it. Jason Peters is probably going to be our right guard. I said it long before we signed him. My thing is, I think Matt Pryor is competent. I think Matt Pryor can play. I would have left Matt Pryor as the right guard, and I would have gone with Jason at left guard, and I would have started training Suamalu to compete at center for the following year. Suamalu could have been a very, very good swing guard if something happened. He's competent. He knows what he's doing. Then you got your young guys to also get into the rotation and to get comfortable, right? So you got Driscoll would have had time. If they want to play Prince Tega would have had time to kind of get that footing under. That's what I would have done. But it seems like to me is that it seems pretty certain to me, guys, that it's going to be Jason Peters at right guard. But I would keep an eye, guys. I'm not going to say it's going to happen, but keep an eye on Pryor right guard and then left guard being Jason Peters, because I will tell you this: I do think that sometimes people overstate Isaac Suamalu and they make him out to be worse than what he really is. He's clearly the weakest link on that line, but that line had Jason Peters, pretty much a Hall of Famer. I mean, no doubt about it. First ballot. Jason Kelce, probably a Hall of Famer. Brandon Brooks, probably one of the best offensive linemen, period, in the game. Lane Johnson, one of the best offensive linemen in the game. And then you have Isaac Suamalu. Like, anyone that's even average is going to look really bad next to those four. So I do think sometimes he doesn't get the credit of being, as good as he thinks. JJ Triller, you don't have to keep donating, man. I'll just read them, bro. I mean, I'll welcome the donations, but you don't have to. If Wentz was healthy, if Wentz had more weapons, blah, 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 this season is real life, bro. Where Dak is better statistically without manipulating numbers. Manipulating numbers? Dak ain't better. Dak had all the weapons in the world and couldn't beat the practice squad, bro. You tripping. Come on. You know yourself. This is a nonsense argument. I don't have to manipulate the numbers. All I got to do is filter by actual teams that can play football to see the truth. Dak can't play against anyone better than a cupcake. And it's shown in his stats. He's just not good. If Dak was good, this conversation isn't happening in Dallas. I'll put it to you this way. If Dak was good, they would have locked Dak up long before the Eagles locked Wentz up, and long before the Rams locked up Goff. Because this completely set you up for this situation. If Dak was any good, they wouldn't hesitate on paying him $40 million a year. It's a situation was reversed, and if it was Wentz, the Eagles are paying the $40 million. They wouldn't have hesitated. But the Eagles are smart. We knew what the market was going to look like, so we locked up Wentz way before that became a possibility of happening to us. Now you guys are eating your just due cake of having a subpar quarterback who's benefited from the talent around him, but himself can't elevate talent. And now you got to figure out what his real value is, which isn't Wentz value. It's just the truth. Good luck with that. It's going to suck. Dillard needs to step up. 23 days later. What's up, man? Man, I agree. He really does. Maximus Rivera, what's good, buddy? The defense is going to improve. I agree. We got a really good interior pass rush, at least on paper. My last live stream, you guys know I really came out and said, we're not accepting any excuses. That interior pass rush needs to be completely disruptive. But also, I think the secondary is going to hold up better. I think it's going to be a much better defensive year for us. Drew, what's good, buddy? Brian Clemens, what's going on, buddy? Dillard is the new weakest link. I don't think so, Brian. I still think it's. Listen, Dillard has been overstated with how effective he was. Guys, it's rumor that he shut down Khalil Mack. That's not the truth. Khalil Mack largely did not line up against Dillard in that game. He was lined up on Lane Johnson most of the game. People keep saying that, and it's not true, and Dillard got taken to school in every game he played in. He got taken to school in the Minnesota game, but understandably so. He came off cold off the bench. That's hard for anyone to do. He got taken to school. Not going to lie to you. He got taken to school by Quinn in the Dallas game. Not going to lie to you. Gave up 2 sacks. He got taken to school, and the only game I think he got beat once in Buffalo, I think. But largely we ran the ball, so I thought he showed he can actually run block in Buffalo. Chicago, he got taken to school. Seattle, he got taken to school, guys. I'm not going to lie. Now I'll say this. When I watched the film on Dillard, a lot of issues with the hand placement. He was not very good at that catch technique that they're taught in Philadelphia. His hand placement was not good, and he got caught parallel to the line way too many times. If you get caught at a 90-degree angle on a bull rush, you're in a lot of trouble, guys. That's not where you want your feet position, nor your hand position at a 90-degree angle on a bull rush. Can you get away with that catch technique on a 90-degree angle on a speed rush? Sure. You can't get away with it on a bull rush. And he got taken advantage of. These are all coachable issues, guys. All this stuff can be resolved. It can. Good coaching, which Jeff Stoutland is a good coach, will resolve it. I expect Dillard to be a lot better. Will he struggle the first 2-3 games of the year? He might. But I think he's going to get it together. Yeah, exactly, Anthony Perry. You got it. You got it, bro. Takeem said Jason Peters needs to start at left guard. Siomalo needs to be traded. He's perfect trade bait. The right side of the offensive line is pretty solid. Malata can play right tackle and right guard. Maybe. I don't know, man. I mean, are you really that confident, Takeem and Malata? I haven't seen enough from him to feel confident. Me personally, I still think Malata is a huge question mark, even though I think that the raw talent is there. But I just don't know if he's had enough time to really get it together. Philly Notion coming through with another donation, man. I appreciate you, buddy. Gate City Sports. Is Killens making the active roster? Ooh. I'm going to say the probability is low. I'm not saying it won't happen, because we do need a kick returner and a punt returner, and I think Killens can be very dynamic there. But we got to shape it out by who we're going to put on the roster and where we need those needs to be filled at. The way I see it is I'd give him a 40% probability. I don't think it's quite 50-50, but I do think if you look at it, Corey Clement's been injured. Corey Clement's the only other guy that really has special team experience like that, right? You got 2 contact bounce backs that I don't think the Eagles are going to keep 2 contact bounce backs. I think they'll keep one, either Warren or they'll keep Elijah Holyfield, but they're not going to keep both. So in that regards, I think he could slip on the roster as the 4th guy if he beats out Clement and he's just really dynamic on special teams. And I'm going to say that I've given it a 40% probability because I do think that there could be a chance that he is that dynamic to be real. I do think that is a probability, but I'm not going to go overstated on it and say it's a lock. No, I don't know if it's a lock. I wouldn't go that far. Romy 1, what's good, buddy? How you doing, man? Be more. I'm not reading that, bro. Negative. Duke's trash, bro. Billy Notion, what's good, bro? Man of God 84, what is good, bro? Our whole entire draft class is signed. Can't wait for our Eagles to dominate this season. Me either, man. I think we're going to have a really good year, man. I really do. Do we need another running back to pair with Miles Sanders? 23 days later, what's good, buddy? Because of the money situation, Drew, or not Drew, I'm sorry, 23 days later, I would try to avoid it if I could. But if it doesn't look right in camp, you got to go get a veteran in here. But I do think that, honestly, I think Boston Scott is being slept on. I think Boston Scott's better than people think. Now, would I want Boston Scott carrying the majority of the load in a game? No. But I do think he's a great complementary back. I think the real question is can those young guys, right? Can a guy like, Elijah Holyfield, right? Can the kid from Cincinnati, can those kids come in and be 30, 20 carry, not 30, but 20 carry a game guys if needed be for a game or two? I don't know. That's Michael Warren and Elijah Holyfield. We have to see. We have to see if those guys can be that. And I don't know if they are or not right now, guys, to be honest. But I'd give them a shot at camp to show it first before I just sign somebody. I really think we messed up when we didn't lock up Jordan Howard. And I think we messed up even further when we didn't get Carlos Hyde. I really probably would have made those decisions early on. Now I think you're kind of in a situation to where, I would wait and see first before I made a decision. I wouldn't overpay for a vet unless I had to. JJ Trillo, the reason why we don't have to do that is we're smart with the way that we manage the cap. We knew what was coming down the line, and we beat people to the market. It's smart cap management. Now that deal, everyone was talking all that crap. That deal ain't nothing now. That deal looks great on paper. Good luck with what you're gonna have. I'm telling you, JJ, you're gonna have to pay. It's gonna get expensive for a mediocre quarterback. A guy who's not, I'm not gonna say Dak's bad. He's not in Carson's category. Sorry. Good luck with that. Maximus Rivera, Get City be on it. Gate City, I think you meant to say. If you can trade all your Eagles receivers for Redskin receivers, would you do it? No. Terry McLaurin? I would love to add Terry McLaurin. The rest of your receiving core? Absolutely not. No. Not at all. I'll take McLaurin. Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. Show enough. The conversation's disingenuous, right? And by the way, I'll give you another stat here, guys, to talk about this whole thing. The number one defense I hear from people, and I think it's a legitimate defense, is that if you go back to 2017, Dak Prescott was in a pretty bad situation with the weapons around him, right? I mean, let's just be real. Let's be honest. He was in a bad situation. He had Des Bryant, who was coming pretty much down on the end of his career. He had Terrence Williams, who you Cowboy fans tend to underestimate how good Terrence Williams was for you in 2017, but nonetheless, not as good as what you have now. Jason Witten, Bryce Butler, Cole Beasley, Ezekiel Elliott, and Rod Smith. Here's the thing, though. When you compare 2019 Wentz and the lack of weapons we had with practice squad to 2017 Dak, he still beat you. So your point's invalid because Dak was 308 for 490 with a 62.9% completion rate, 3,300 yards, 22 touchdowns, 13 interceptions, and 86.6 rating. Carson in 2019 with the practice squad, you're starting X, you're starting Y, you're starting Z out of the lineup. And we lost Ertz to clinch the game at the end of the year when we had to beat the Giants. We were without, let's be real, we were without our starting running back, our backup running back, because to be real with you, Miles Sanders was originally the backup. We're out Jordan Howard. We were out Miles Sanders. Zach Ertz was down for that Giants game. We were without all three of our starting wide receivers, and we were without our right tackle, and we still clinched the division. But let's get into Carson's numbers in comparison to Dak. All right. So Carson, 388 out of 607, 63.9 completion rate. Okay, better completion rate than you. 4,000 yards, threw for more yards than Dak. 27 touchdowns and 7 interceptions. Way better with the football than Dak was. 93 quarterback rating, or I think it's technically a passer rating. Passer rating. Even the experts seem to have agreed. I'm sorry, man. Your argument's disingenuous. When you compare 2019 Carson to 2017 Dak, Carson was better. Straightforward. There's your example of no weapons and no weapons. Who was better? Carson was better. Straight up facts. It can't be avoided. All right, Philly Notion said the difference is Killins is about to learn from Deuce, and Grayland may be handcuffed by Jim Schwartz. Killins has the better chance. I just think that Grayland Arnold is a really good football player. I don't know if he will or won't make it, but you know what I'm saying? We'll have to see. We'll have to see. Maximus Rivera, those guys haven't taken a single snap. And I'm telling you, as a guy who knows the position, a guy who coaches the position, a guy who has forgotten more football than you've ever known in your entire life, they're not. JJ, I can pull film up in Philly and show you why Dak was the problem. He can't respond in clutch moments. It's just the truth. Guys, I'm trying to read through some of your comments. All right, Drew said, question. How many wide receivers do the Eagles keep on the roster? Good question, Drew. That's a good one, man. I'm going to say the Eagles go on the pup list. That 6 receiver thing's tough, right? Because where does Marquise Goodwin, right? I think Greg Ward Jr., I think Wes Watkins, and I think John Hightower. I think those 4 guys are the ones who are competing for those final spots. To me personally, I know that JJ hasn't deserved what he's about to get, but they're not going to cut a second round pick in a second year, guys. It just doesn't happen. So to me, I see Djax is on the roster. Reagor's on the roster, right? And then I see JJ as being on the roster. Then you got to pick those 3 guys out of those last 4, in my opinion. I would love to say Manasseh Bailey get a shot. I just think that with only 1 preseason game, I don't know if they're going to give this guy enough looks in camp. Manasseh Bailey, I hope, sticks around Philly. I believe in that kid's talent. If you have not had a chance to watch any Morgan State games, go watch Manasseh Bailey and Morgan State. They weren't very good. That team was a crapshoot. Manasseh Bailey was really good, guys. I'm telling you. If Manasseh Bailey had a fair shot at this, I think he can make it. My problem is, guys, when I try to project this 53-man roster is you got to keep an eye towards the future. I think Marquise Goodwin makes you better in the immediate. But is he going to be here in 2021? And why would you expose a guy potentially to losing them who could be here for the duration for another 3 or 4 years? That's the problem. It gets really hard. And I could see the Eagles trying to get a guy like Wes Watkins through onto the practice squad. I can see the Eagles just doing away with Marquise Goodwin. I can see the Eagles doing away with Greg Ward Jr. I can see all 3 cases. And even John Hightower if he lost out to Wes Watkins, which I could see all those possibilities happen. I really could. I think all those things are a real possibility. So Maximus, so why their problem? I don't know what you're trying to say there, bro. When I talk about my rookies, talking about they haven't taken a snap in the NFL, how about y'all's rookies? I'm not saying my rookies, I would trade them or any. You're saying a bunch of nonsense, bro. You're making projections that can't be known. Like, base it upon what? What film? What about their routes make them separate? What about him? I'll wait. I'll wait right here. Just know if you put some nonsense up there, I'm not the dude, bro. I'll expose the nonsense. I'm just going to tell you the truth. I know this game like the back of my hand. So Philly Notion said he thinks McCarthy will have a short leash and Dak because that's not his hand-picked quarterback controversy. Yeah. Yeah, that's a good point. That Dak isn't McCarthy's quarterback. He didn't select him. He doesn't, has anything to do with it. It's just hard, man, because like on one hand, do I think Cowboy fans tend to be a little disingenuous with the whole entire like argument about coaching? Yes, I do. Because no one was shouting that in 2016, right? No one shouted that in 2018. I find it to be a little disingenuous. At the same time, do I think McCarthy is an upgrade over Jason Garrett as a head coach? Yes. I think it's enough to surpass Doug Peterson? No. Negative. Not even close. You better go get Belichick or you better go get Reed if you want to talk about that. Yeah, Nate, you're right, bro. I agree with you, Nate McCauley. Yes, they do. What'd he do, Carr? I saw you timed him out. JJ, bro, we try to leave you in the chats, man, but you got like, come on, man. You can't take things too far, man. If they're removing your comments, it means you did something too far, man. I mean, if you just want to talk crap, that's fine, man. But you got to be careful. Like, I don't mind you in the chat, man. I mean, let's be real. In any other stretch of the world, any other stretch of life, I don't just sit and talk with Eagle fans. I talk with Steeler fans, Cowboy fans, Redskin fans. Ugh, they're the worst. I'm joking. Giant fans, like, come on, man. I mean, you got to keep it real, man. You got to keep it real. I mean, if you want to talk football, then you want to talk all these stats. Give me something that's not generic. It's not surface level. It's not superficial. Like, it's so easy. Let's go to the like. All right, guys, I'm gonna give you another one just because there's so much nonsense that gets reported, man. I'm just gonna give you another one. Let's talk about fourth quarter performances. Fourth quarter performances, right? And I think this is just a really good indication of the disingenuous nature of the Dak Prescott debate, guys. And I think it's really easy to see it when you know what to look for, right? Fourth quarter of games, all right? If you just took the fourth quarter alone, here's Dak's numbers. 365 of 571, 63.92% completion rate, 4,400 yards, 4,445 yards, 27 touchdowns, 12 interceptions. That looks really good, right? That looks like a quarterback that plays really well when the chips are down in the fourth quarter. This is Dak in a nutshell, guys, the nonsense of Dak Prescott and why he's not getting paid. Now let's filter by when he's trailing. Trailing with 4 minutes left in the game, Dak Prescott is 83 of 156. That's a 53% completion rate, guys. 937 yards, 2 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. Whoa, that's bad. Trailing with 2 minutes left, he's 38 of 90, 42% completion rate. 42. My niece can complete 42%. 472 yards, 1 touchdown, 3 interceptions. Let's combine his career statistics here together just to talk about when trailing with 4 minutes left or less. Everything together. He's 121 of 246, 49% completion rate. Okay, 1,400 yards, 3 touchdowns, 8 interceptions. He's trash. He's trash, man. There's a reason why they're hesitating to sign him. There's a reason. It's nonsense, guys. It's straight nonsense. If you guys want me to do a fair comparison, let's look at Carson's number. If you just looked at just the baseline numbers, you wouldn't understand how good somebody is. Fourth quarter of games, Carson, 345 of 552, 62.5% completion rate, 3,500 yards, 3,595 yards, 18 touchdowns, 11 interceptions. If you only had those numbers, guys, you would think Dak was such a better quarterback than Carson. And it would be really disingenuous. Because now let's filter by when the game is on the line and what Carson can do. Trailing with 4 minutes left, Carson, 100 of 169, 59% completion rate. Just saying. 1,144 yards, 8 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. That's my quarterback. Trailing with 2 minutes left in the game. 60 of 116. Okay. 51.72 completion percentage with 2 minutes left. 718 yards, 6 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. That's my quarterback. Overall, 4 minutes or less left in the game, trailing over his career, Carson Wentz. 160 of 285, 56% completion rate. All right. 1,862 yards, 14 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. Who's the better quarterback again? Are you kidding me? You want to sign Dak to $40 million? How about when you're trailing in the fourth quarter without Zeke? What are you going to do? You're going to get smoked. That's what's going to happen because he's going to throw a pick. 3 touchdowns, 8 interceptions. Just saying, guys. Come on. This is nonsense. This debate is nonsense. Straight nonsense. Cool. I see your comment. Number 1 deep passer. Let's address that depending on which database you use. Guys, I have everything down. Nothing slips by me. Nothing. And I already addressed this earlier. Deep ball accuracy is measured by passing yards of 21 yards or greater, okay? According to the Deep Ball Project, right? When we look at deep ball accuracy from Football Outsiders, who runs the Deep Ball Project, all right? He was 29 and 53. Dak was 54.7% completion rate, 6th best in the league, okay? That's with the weapons he has. So let's not act like weapons don't play a role in that, all right? Now let's look at Carson. Carson, according to the Deep Ball Project by Football Outsiders, okay? 27 to 50, 51.9% completion rate. 9th in the league with all the weapons that he lacked with the practice squad. Kidding me. By the way, what gets left out of your disingenuous conversation, I'm about to bury it right now, is the fact that Carson tied for the league lead in the most accurate incompletions with 12. He was better, even on deep balls. You can't help a guy not catching it. That ain't on Carson. That's on the receivers. Dak got help. That Carson didn't. When you know where to look, you can see it. Thank you, Nate. Exactly. You're acting like his season's over. Hey, man, starting the 2018 season, Patrick Mahomes had exactly 0 playoff experience, 0 playoff wins. He lost to Lombardi 2 years later, didn't he? Kidding me? It's a nonsense argument, guys. I don't even respond to that crap because it's nonsense. They're acting like what has happened is going to continue forth. Like, okay, keep believing that. I want you to. It's going to make the season better. Maximus, Reagor is going to destroy your skins. I'm sorry, you're not even the skins anymore. You're question marks. Can't wait. Bro, let's not even compare. One organization has been a class act since 2000, has been basically the NFC East since 2000. Another organization has been laughable since the mid 90s, early 90s, if we want to be real. Come on, man. This is a disingenuous conversation. Disingenuous conversation. Washington, we could talk all this crap. Oh, well, they've won 3 Super Bowls. Okay. In your lifetime? Come on. I'm 37. I barely remember them. Let's just be real. "23 days later." That's funny, man. Hey, guys, let them think it. Hey, listen, I want them to think that Reagor can't play. That's the idea. Let them think that because it's going to be really hard for teams to understand what just hit them. That's what we want. That's what we want. If they haven't caught on yet that when you put the Eagles down, we play better, And now you're putting this kid who completely fits our culture, and you've already started it? Come on. I can't wait. I can't wait. I cannot wait when Reagor burns the NFC East. Okay? I'm talking 6-0 against the NFC East. Straightforward. And I'd say that with Dallas probably still making the playoffs, still getting swept by Philly. Straightforward. 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 Just gonna be real with you. Man, the Redskins in 2 years. Redskins in 2 years are gonna be a dumpster fire like they've always been. Let's just be real. Come on. This is what I don't get. All right. I grew up in Newcastle, Delaware, just outside of Philadelphia. I've lived in North Carolina for a long time. Why are you Redskin fans forgetting Ron Rivera got fired for a reason from Carolina? I got a chance to see it happen. He's not the savior you think. Just going to be real with you. You guys keep forgetting that. I'm not taking anything away from the guy. The guy can coach, especially defense. There's a reason why he got ran out of Carolina. Let's just be real. Exactly. Thank you, Nate. Watch out for the Washington nobodies. All right, y'all. I'm out of here, man. I want to get ready for this Brunson live thing, man. We got like 15 minutes really left for that one. So I want to see it myself, guys. So I'm going to log out. I appreciate y'all tuning in, man. It's much loved. It's much appreciated, guys. To all the new subscribers that came over, guys, I really do appreciate you. Hey, keeping the guy motivated to keep pushing out content, guys. I'm going to keep trying to grind, trying to get it out. I appreciate y'all, man. You know what time it is. You know, we end these videos just for these skins and these, well, they're not even the skins, just for these question marks and these Cowboy fans. And by the way, Washington, if you really had a good organization, you would know how to troll the Cowboys right now. Why not name yourself the Washington Vaqueros? Why not take the name Cowboys away? All right, y'all. Ready? EADLES. Hey, Maximus, better get ready for that chant in your stadium because we're about to rout y'all come week 1. Just saying, bruh. All right, y'all. I'm out.